You are now joining the meeting.
Have no conflicts with.
This meeting is being transcribed. You are not
Commissioner
allowed to
Britton?
unmute.
Yes.
To raise your hand, press star.
5.
We will do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. I'd like to take a moment. I'd like to take a moment for personal privilege on Workers' Memorial Day and recognize members who lost in the line of duty. I'd like to take 30 seconds, moment of silence to recognize Workers' Memorial Day, which is this Monday. Thank you. Okay, on the agenda. So moved. Support. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4.
No public comment today.
No public comment? Nobody wants to speak today, or? Call it. Let's speak later. Okay. On the agenda. Okay. All right. Item number 5, the minutes. A and B. Support. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item number 6. A and B disbursements. Ready to go? Move. Chance to review this. Support. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7.
Do A and B, it's recommended board approve the permits and the adopt the road applications as submitted by staff.
So moved. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8.
Recommended board adopt the resolutions, the retirement accommodations listed there. Mark, Dean, and Charles.
Move. Any discussion? Are they here today? Okay. Do you want to recognize them and tell them who they are, or everybody sees it? Well, we thank you for the years of service.
A lot of years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are they going to be somebody stepping up to move into their positions, or?
Yep, we're in the process of filling them.
So there'll be 3 new positions opening up?
Yep.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number
9, certain board adopt the resolution accepting the
Support.
any discussion?
Will this be part of the project? Take place on Baltimore?
No, this is for our Novi Road project between 8 and 9 Mile.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10.
Recommended board adopt the resolution, and this is to allow us to better aid their services for payroll.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Go ahead, Nancy.
Yeah, how are we doing it now?
So we have Precision Software, which is a road commission financial software. And we are keeping the timekeeping with Precision. ADP will take over when we do the payroll processing. Precision doesn't really have a third-party payroll expert relationship. And we looked at it, we looked at the costs we're paying them. We're looking at the expertise that will be provided, and the cost didn't change, so we're not gonna have to increase budget for this.
Right.
They actually, Precision uses ADP themselves, and, you know, they support us doing this.
Thank you.
And do they do all electronic deposits or paper checks or?
They do whatever we allow or whatever we want to do, and right now we're all direct deposit except for a few folks that are grandfathered.
Like who?
Pops. So they still have an option if they wanna have it, a paper check?
Yeah.
As long as Dennis is here.
Must have a lot of money. He doesn't need it.
All right, Nate, all in favor, say, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11, appropriation transfers.
Recommend board approve the appropriation transfer, and this is bringing money from last year to this year for construction projects and adjusting it as well. This is typically what we do.
And when you see things,
We're gonna move it.
so,
Support.
Discussion. Go ahead, Jim.
that number is consistent, or?
Well, it just depends where we are on projects. It's usually within this realm, but
Within percentages?
boy, that'd be a,
I mean, it just varies. It could be 20 million one year, 40 million the next, but it's somewhere 30 billion plus the next, every 10 million. This is where we're at the end of the fiscal year for the project. So it's just at the end of the year, we have to close everything out, move it out of those projects and move them into the next fiscal year. So it will vary. You know, I know how many projects we have going on at that time.
yeah, it's an accounting thing.
Right, just like accounting.
Oh,
Any other discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 12,
A and B, it's recommended board approve the local cost participation agreements with the city of Berkeley and Brandon Township.
Support.
any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Or opposed? None being, motion carried. I got a question on 12B. Not 12B, one of them, never mind, I got another paper coming up. Okay, item number 12, we're on 12, right? 13. Agreement with maintenance.
Recommended board approve the 2025-2026 maintenance agreement with Bluefield Township.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion?
I'll just point out that this is a unique agreement. It's the only one in the state where a road commission has this agreement with the township, where the township is providing service, maintenance services on their subdivision streets and local streets. Taylor, they don't do everything. But part of what the law, when this was established, is Bloomfield Township had to have a millage so they can provide road services, and they had to have maintenance equipment, but it's just pointing out this is unique, only one in the state.
Did you work with Pete on this or anything like that?
Well, this is well before Mike McCready, it's before I was here. That's what they came in to be.
I noticed that they, formed some type of road commission within the city itself, the township itself.
Township, I believe that's road committee, yeah.
A road committee that they just formed with citizens, I believe.
Just formed?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just formed.
They did, that's when they asked me to come speak at.
Okay.
Oh, did they?
But yeah,
Okay.
another month or so.
Mhm.
They just set that up.
Yeah, they might
They
have taken,
just started.
Okay.
Yeah, they just started.
Okay. Item number 14,
Like, vote.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14.
Recommend board approve the summer maintenance agreement with Oak Park.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? None being, all in favor say, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number, 15.
Recommend board approve the agreement with OHM for our traffic signal poles and mast arm inspection.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
This contract has been in place for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, we inspect the poles and mast arms every 4 years. This is something we do on a routine basis. It's just done every 4 years.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number, 16, A and B.
Recommend board approve the task order agreements with OHM and with Fishback.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number, 17.
17A, receive bids for traffic signal parts, and it's recommended board award the bids to the vendors listed on the memo.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
17B, receive bids for annual quantities for cement. It's recommended board award it to the two vendors listed on the memo.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
17C, received bids for our wide area vehicle detection system. It's recommended board award it to Carrier and Gable. And to Carrier and Gable.
So moved.
Support.
What is this exactly?
These are the cameras that we use for our SCAT system, our adaptive traffic signal system. We use these cameras for detection of vehicles.
So those are the ones in the vehicles or the ones?
No,
on
they're,
those
no,
stoplights?
they're mounted on a pole. They count the cars and the SCAT system adjusts the green time of the traffic signal based on the flow of traffic. So
It's on every intersection? or-
you know, we have it at around 800 intersections. So, yep,
And just to point out, these cameras just count cars.
yeah, that's all they do. They're just, so
They're
that we know.
not video, they count cars.
Right. Well, they have video, but we're using them to count the cars to adjust the traffic signal time. That's what we use.
Are we doing anything with flocks? Right.
We
Or-
ourselves, we are not, but the police departments are.
They're the only ones handling that?
Yeah, they come through the permits department and we allow those installations. We have, I think we've done
More and more.
20 or something, with the local police agencies.
Right.
Yeah, but we don't maintain those or
Okay.
anything. Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right, 17D, repairs to our Milford garage overhead door area. It's recommended board award it to Morris AR from Woodhaven.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
Is this the one that had to be rebidded?
Yes, this was one that was rebid when the board decided to require a prevailing wage. We initially had 4 bids and the price was $21,970. The rebid price increased 32%, and we only got 2 bidders for the second bid, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
17E, we received bids for a roof replacement of our sand shed in Lake Orion. It's recommended board award it to Great Lakes Roofing.
So moved.
Support. Any discussion? Do we have other roof work coming up that they're gonna be going out for? Without buildings?
Not this year. Next year, I think we have some.
How many bids did we get on this, Joe?
Okay, originally, when we first bid it, this is another one we rejected and rebid to add prevailing wage. Originally, we had 16 bidders. The second time around, we had 7 bidders. Bid tab's attached, and you can see all of the bidders who bid.
Is there an increase?
Yes, 7%.
All in favor, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
17F, receive bids for removal and replacement of generator and transfer switch at our main garages. Recommended board award it to lead contract.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
18A, receive bids for Commerce Road over the tributary to Green Lake. Or culvert replacements. Recommended board award it to Springline Construction.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
18B, receive bids for Clearwater Boulevard over the Round Lake Canal culvert rehab. Recommend board award it to municipal and contractor ceiling products.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
19A, recommend the board approve the purchase of light automotive truck and trailer tires through My Deal from Pops Tire Service.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion? I've seen honest that this Pops place is all over the state of Michigan, it looks like, with different locations.
Mhm.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
19B, it's recommended the board approve through My Deal new and heavy duty truck tires from Pops Tire Service.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 20. Our last meeting or 2 meetings ago, we wanted to bring up the state of morale with the Oakland County Road Commission for the employees. And we want to address this and hear what people have to say and get this corrected. And so everybody has an understanding and move forward. So with that, we'll open up the morale of the Oakland County Road Commission. And you have 3 minutes to speak. Everybody here is supposed to speak.
Chair, we have about 10 employees that do wish to speak. We've
Okay.
got them sorted alphabetically. So we'll start with Mason Ali, and then followed by TJ Connolly.
Morning. My name is Mason Ali. I'm the construction engineering division department. Dear member of the board, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to talk about morale. Managing director, director of departments, thank you very much. Commissioner Wells, you asked to hear from us the morale issue at the Road Commission. Thank you for your kind attention to our opinion. I would like to highlight 2 key factors that I believe are significantly impacting morale, and this based on my personal observation. First, since the publication of the wage study in 2023, there has been ongoing concern among certain classification of employees who feel their roles were not accurately evaluated. This has led to some frustration among staff. Recently, the managing director office has taken the helpful step by appointing a committee to review the study further, and we are awaiting of the results of this efforts. Second, the ongoing uncertainty. There has been a great deal of uncertainty since 2022, mainly regarding the potential takeover of the Road Commission by the county. This issue was referred to a reviewing committee by the county, and they can make meeting and doing study for the Road Commission. And the decision was originally expected to be delivered by August of 2024, and we have not heard anything since from the county. The lack of clear communication or update has left many employees feeling in the dark. Additionally, the sudden change in plans earlier this year regarding our new building, which occurred after significant time and effort, has been spent planning for the unified workplace. This issue has added to the sense of instability, especially when staff hear that this decision was influenced from outside of the agency. Dear Commissioners, employees often pursue career in public service, seeking stability, certain service, and in pay, in the process. When the sense of security is shaken, rumors tend to fill the gaps. There are a couple rumors that has continued to grow among the staff, and I would like to share them with you. One rumor says the county, when they are taking us over, they'll be absorbing our pension system, which is impacting the feeling of the employees. The other ongoing rumors is the county, when taking us over, there will be layoff majority of our staff, which is impacting the staff too. I believe that has contributed to a rise in number of early retirement among seasoned staff, and all the ongoing resignation with the staff, consequently creating widening gap between experienced and newer employees. The uncertainty in the workplace, like unclear expectation, leadership change, or potential layoff, can seriously impact employees' morale. And when there is no clear information, rumors will fill the position and start separating and running around the staff. I manage personally 45 employees reporting to me directly. And sometimes they need an answer. And they come to ask me the question, where are we with the county takeover? No clue. I attended virtually the last meeting in May of 2024, and I heard to the committee and they said by August of 2024, we'll give you a decision. And went with no clear communication from the county. And this kind of rumors lead often to stress and drop in motivation. When people don't feel what to expect, they feel insecure, which can hurt trust and reduce productivity. Finally, I respectfully all invite the Board of Commissioners to visit the Construction Division of DVR. The building is significantly outdated, and it's not fit for the staff to do their work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mason. You have a timer for keeping?
I do. I was just kind of watching the clock because
Okay.
it wasn't reaching the last time.
Okay.
So, yeah. I did this down just to make sure that everybody can see.
Your name, please?
Commissioner Sacriforal's leadership. Merriam-Webster defines morale as the mental and emotional condition of an individual or group with regard to function of tasks at hand. 2022, the Oakland County Board of Commissioners set up a special committee to study RCOC operations to determine if the consolidation with county government would be advantageous. Those meetings came to an abrupt halt about a year ago. There seems to be a cloud of uncertainty in the air. How does that help the mental and emotional condition of an individual or group with regard to function of tasks at hand? Interestingly, roads are generally flat and hard. You use them every day. Quite simple, really. Nothing is further than the truth. With questions like safety, jurisdiction, limited resources, maintaining assets right away, why would county commissioners want to take on such specialized and complicated responsibility? I can tell you that unanswered questions like this do not help with morale. Holding up the construction of the new RCOC building to explore other options. At the same time, a new vision for Pontiac and the county seemed to be quite near. Coincidence? Again, morale. There is a reason the road commission for Oakland County has been separate and independent. Separate and independent entity for 112 years. I implore the road commissioners to continue to be independent. Safety is RCOC's primary principle, not politics. Keep the politics out and morale will improve. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we would have Aaron Covert, followed by Lori Dorff.
I always want to. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Erin Covert, and I am the Training and Development Specialist here at the Road Commission for Oakland County. I had the pleasure of being in my role for 3.5 years in the HR department. I truly believe that change and improvement cannot happen without acknowledgement of the problem, without conversations like this, and work towards a solution. It is in that spirit that I come to you today. The culture here at the Road Commission for Oakland County has drastically declined in the past few months. In large part to the actions and decisions that have come out of this boardroom. People are confused. People are concerned. People are uncertain. People are stressed out and pissed off. When Dave Woodward came to our meeting and proposed a 6-month moratorium on our project when they had no jurisdiction over, that sent waves of anger and shock and confusion through our workforce, especially since 2 of our commissioners voted to approve that decision. Not only through our workforce, but through that of the building contractors and union workers, and even our community. It felt unfair, and it felt like an overreach and abuse of power. Thereafter, the lack of transparency in the decision-making process and possible outcomes and solutions for a new building tarnished the very high level of trust that once held in this board. There's even concern about the potential conflict of interest that presented itself last week, and Commissioner Saki, who is a building developer in Birmingham, stated he could save us $20 million right now and put $50,000 in each of our checkbooks. These actions and decisions are a stark deviation from the bidding process, from the orders of operation, from the code of conduct, and are a clear breach of the 8 rules of constructive engagement and the 10 rules for road commission board meetings as provided by the County Road Association. And this affects me. This affects me in that I do feel a level of moral and ethical conflict in hiring folks for the internship program and for our development program, knowing that in time they will, in fact, be exposed to the same level of stress and uncertainty. In fact, we had one new hire abandon his job earlier this month, stating he was unprepared for the level of stress here. I also feel conflicted in teaching new leadership workshop. I'm in the middle of that right now, Strategies for Success. Last week, I had to teach an ethics class less than 24 hours after our last week's meeting. How can we expect our new supervisors to live up to our standards when some of our own commissioners won't? And I myself have been struggling with the stress of the situation. Sundays, Mondays, usually I get a knock. Doesn't go away until the end of the week. So, in the back of my mind. I want to see the new building construction at 2420 Pontiac Lake Road resumed immediately. I want all commissioners to adhere to the values, the mission, code of conduct, especially in the realm of transparency, ethics, refrain from engaging in any potential conflict of interest. I want accountability for the road commissioners who step outside of our parliamentary guidelines. I want this board to lead the efforts to sustain road commission as an entity independent from Oakland County government as it stands today. And I want all of our commissioners to act in the best interest of the road commission and the commuting public, not just in the meetings of other commissioners outside of this organization. And I want all of us to go back to work to provide the safest transportation and roadwork services possible to our communities and community public. Questions I have for you. What steps have you taken to prepare yourself for the role of a road commissioner, training and development specialist? I must ask, have you attended the County Road Association's new commissioner training in February? Have you attended the commissioner training? Have you reviewed the Michigan County Road Commissioners Handbook, and what decision-making model are you using to make sure that you are living out the rules therein? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aaron.
Next, we have Lori Doran, then followed by Nate Jesse.
Good morning. My name is Lori Doran. I've been with the Road Commission for 28 and a half years. I'm the inventory control manager in our purchasing division, procuring and managing 2,000 plus inventory items stored at 10 Road Commission locations, totaling approximately $5.8 million. Foremost, thank you, Commissioner Quarles, for taking an interest in our morale. I'm invested in the success of this agency and the history and the employees that are threatened by those who don't know us, haven't taken the time to know us, or how we function. And in the past 28 and a half years, I've met and I've interacted with a lot of commissioners. They were all different. They were different professionally, they were different politically, but they all had one thing in common, and that was the roads and the motoring public. And I don't know if I can say that right now about all of the members of our board. Right now, we have 93 spectators watching a circus, and that's what it's become, a circus. That keeps me up at night. I'm embarrassed by the fact that we've become a circus, by some of the comments that are made about our buildings and grounds staff and the pits and the dives that we work in, or how we budget capital funds to fix these buildings. Secondly, I think what kills morale and adds to our stress is the upheaval and uncertainty we've worked under since February 20th, the moratorium / suspension. We are stuck treading water. We're doing our job, but we're in separate locations. We don't know if we're going to be in one, if we're going to stay in two, if we're going to be taken over. It's a morale killer, and it's wearing on us. We're tired of that stress and that upheaval and that uncertainty. And similar to what Pam Cahill said, I'm angry that some of you, as well as the county board, think so little of us that you're going to put us in a piece of crap albatross building in Pontiac, that's what we're worthy of. I wasn't there, and I don't want to have to pay city taxes for a government that has mismanaged their funds while I've been nickel and diming, reviewing bid tabs, and finding the lowest bidder to get us some toilet paper or blades or concrete. Our stress levels are through the roof, not knowing where you want to put us. And when you say you'll tell us where you're going to put us when it's serious now. I know it's not serious to everybody because it's not your job. It's not your pension. It's not your future. You haven't been working on the roads as long as we have. It's only you three. And I'm not going to clump you all in together because I'm not sure you're all exactly the same. But I hope you can understand how lucky you are to work alongside all of these people. They have forgotten more than we'll ever know. And they're good, and they're ethical, and they care about the fiscal responsibility. Can't say that about everyone sitting up there. It is my belief that. So in closing, I'd love to know if anything we are saying isn't anything to you. And lastly, I have a request. Please go to the Board of Commissioners across the street of the county that appointed you and tell them to speed up their decision. That's what I used to say. Just please tell them to sugar down. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lori.
Nate Jesse, then followed by Rachel Lipinski.
Good morning. What's Jesse's last name?
Nate.
My last name is Jesse.
Nate Jesse?
Yeah. Thank you so much for providing the opportunity for us to express our opinions on morale. My name is Nate Jesse, and I joined the Road Commission for Oakland County in September of 2022. as the Environmental Concerns Manager. I was excited to contribute my skills and knowledge that I gained from my previous experiences in education. However, the nuances and intricacies of our organization and the laws that surround us extend far beyond what the eye can see. It quickly became apparent to me the value that our directors and managing director office actually provide to this organization. Without their presence, my knowledge and skills in the field of environmental science could have been unrealized for the agency. However, with all of their support, I have helped find its success when negotiating with state regulators, arguing that our position and dedication to environmental practices are scientifically sound and that we strive to create and enact environmental policies that are practical and equitable. I could not have done this without the help and support, and in turn, my expertise then shined through. I believe that this is how all organizations should be structured. To find talent which aligns with a mission and support those in all positions to reach that mission. Leaders are only successful as the help that they receive. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear as if the years of experience and expertise that sits in front of me today is being considered when decisions are made that undermine our collective mission. This is not considered follow-up concerns or input, or I will plump and talented individuals will leave. I continue to remain thankful for the opportunities I've been provided to serve the Road Commission for Oakland County, and it is my hope that we remain the Road Commission for Oakland County. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate.
Next we'll have Rachel Lipinski, followed by Walter Messino.
Good morning, I'm Rachel Lipinski. Just some background. I spent some time in the maintenance garages before moving to traffic safety. Instead of repeating what many people have said that we're angry about a building, we are, but there's other underlying issues that I feel have been long-term. And instead of telling you this is what's wrong, I want you to take in from my perspective how this would affect your morale in a workplace. In August of last year, I encountered an errant vehicle in a work zone. I was told what an amazing job I did handling the situation by the 911 dispatcher and my supervisor immediately following the situation. I encountered a man that was experiencing mental crisis and proceeded to leave his vehicle after I told him to leave the work zone. He got out of his vehicle, walked up to my truck, and as I rolled up a window, he began pounding on my windows, pounding on my windshield, screaming at me, profanities, flipping me off, telling me to get out of the truck. He's going to fight me. He's going to get in my truck. He's going to kill me. Weeks later, I was informed that the Road Commission was receiving threats against me. I wasn't told what these threats were. I didn't want to know what these threats were because of my mental health. 2 weeks later, another threat came. I was approached by our legal department and was asked and encouraged by this agency to press charges. I chose to press charges, and a few weeks later, a press release came out. I was not aware that the press release was going to be released. I was sent a news article to my email while I was at work the following morning and was staring at a picture of a man that had attacked me 6 weeks previously. Not only was his picture there in black and white, I read the threats against myself and my family, that he had weapons, he knew where I lived, and he was going to come to my house and kill me. I spoke with my supervisor and left for the day. After reading the threats, I couldn't continue throughout my workday. I went home, I collected my kids, I didn't leave my house for 3 days. I was told at that time not to worry about the time that I needed to take off, take care of myself, and when I was ready to return, to come back. I have the most amazing director and supervisor. They have been through my side through the whole thing. Jennifer was amazing. But where it fell short was when I returned and I was told I had to use my time to cover the days that I took off to recover. I was told, you can recoup this, we'll get it back in your bank. I ended up getting a form because I ran out of personal time due to other medical issues that I have. Got a lot of doctor's appointments from an issue that stemmed here back in 2020. I went unpaid. I received a day of unpaid work. I never recouped that. I never recouped my time off. Please tell me how that would help your morale, how I should go and work and effectively attempt to keep my coworkers in a workspace, knowing that if this were to happen again, I could be out and I don't have support. Never once did anyone above my immediate supervision reach out and say, are you okay? What can we do? How can we help? I received my form back with my time's excused, but my recovery of wages and time is denied. No reason why, just denied. I was a checkbox. After that, my faith in this agency was lost. I felt betrayed, lied to, and unsupported. My first day with the agency during orientation, safety was preached. Safety, safety, safety. We were told safety is most important. It appears it is preached as a requirement, not because it is important to the agency. Training within the agency consists of someone deemed as a trainer watching over you to figure out how you use your equipment. There's no use this, do that. It's get in there and figure it out. Here's your plastic card. A common phrase amongst most employees in maintenance and where within the other buildings, watch your back, stay quiet, or they will discipline you. No one should come to work every day fearing if they slip up or speak up, there will be retribution. Many employees feel there are secrets among people in Beverly Hills or up front. In a time within the agency when there is such uncertainty, be open, be honest, discuss the uncomfortable things. We want to know where things stand and feel excluded from what's happening. Instead of making people use their accrued time off to listen to watch board meetings, encourage it. Let us be part of the conversation. Let us listen in. Visit districts more often than once a year. Make employees feel valuable instead of less than, or that you don't have the time for us. Employee recognition would be nice. Whether it's a quick interview with an employee outside of the front office or Beverly Hills, published in the interchange, or bringing back the Extra Mile Award. Make employees proud to work here and want to work instead of always fearing or dreading being here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rachel.
Next we have Walter Mercino, followed by Alex Wazinski.
Good morning, my name is Walter Mercino. I'm a foreman in District 4. I've been a member for employee for 35 years, and I'm here today because you guys talk about the lack of morale. Well, it starts right there at the board. You guys. On the last few meetings, I've been watching you, McPherson.
Yes.
Questioning why we haven't reached out to the county executive, why we haven't been talking about our new building. It's not his business. This is our property, this is our money. We don't have to communicate with them what we're doing to our money. Just like when you guys bought the Phoenix Center, did you communicate with us and say, hey, we're buying the Phoenix Center? No, you didn't. Did you communicate? I'm a taxpayer. I didn't know anything about you guys purchasing that building with my tax dollars. You guys went and bought a building with my tax dollars. I don't know nothing about it. And then this guy over here in the end, he's talking about underhanded stuff. This whole thing's underhanded. And you have a guy show up here, Commissioner Woodward, and says, hey, you should postpone this building, and you guys agree to do it. That's underhanded. There's no underhanded going on through here. I've been here 35 years. And in 35 years, I've never seen such a disdain by a board of commissioners against the road commission. I have a long family history. I have an uncle who did 37 years. My father did 33. I'm at 35. And never once have I ever seen a board of commissioners do what you guys are doing right now for the road commission. It's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Go home, look in the mirror, and be ashamed of yourself of what you've done to this place. Because it should never happen. I mean, you just sit there, and you never respond to nobody. Anytime somebody comes up here, you don't ever respond to your cowards. Because if you weren't cowards, you would respond back to people that are questioning you on things, but you don't. And this guy's a developer. You got a property you want to sell us? Or maybe Woodward's got a property he wants to sell us. Is that what's going on here? Because it's awful funny. You two own half the building. It's been in process for a long time. Now all of a sudden, this clown comes in, and yes, he's a clown, and says, I think you guys should postpone this. And you guys agree with it. After you already approved the building. It's ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself. All of you. I'm disgusted to say I work here. That's a shame. I got a family history over 120 years, family history here, and I'm ashamed to work here because of what's going on right now with you three. So go home, look yourself in the mirror tonight and think about that. All right, and don't come here with all your pinky rings like you're running a nightclub, man. You're coming to a meeting, dress up, put a tie on, look respectful. Thank you, Walter.
Next we have Alex Rosinski, followed by Aaron Perez.
Alex, what?
Rosinski.
Morning, I'm Alex Rosinski. I'm the traffic safety engineer here at the Road Commission for Oakland County. I'm an 18-plus year employee. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm here to talk about something that we've all felt, something that's become impossible to ignore. It's that heavy, lingering sense of not knowing what's coming next. When plans change without explanation, when expectations shift suddenly, or when communication is missing entirely, that feeling is uncertainty. You as a board have introduced uncertainty into this agency. While some uncertainty is a natural part of life, when it drags us without direction or clarity, it just doesn't make people uneasy, it damages morale, it saps energy, and it stifles our. I've experienced an ongoing wave of uncertainty here. Most notably, since the Oakland County Board of Commissioners announced the formation of a special committee to study the Road Commission at the end of 2022. Since then, the uncertainty about our future has only intensified, and its impact is immeasurable. Let me be clear. This is not a matter of confusion. This uncertainty is draining our motivation. When our team doesn't know what changes may be coming, it becomes harder and harder to stay inspired. We still have questions. We don't know what's coming next. Am I going to have my job tomorrow? Are these people in this room going to have our jobs tomorrow? Are the 92 people listening here today, are they going to have their jobs tomorrow? We chose to be here because we want to be here. The uncertainty that has been introduced is driving fear amongst the people that work here. What? How can we chase our goals when the goalposts are constantly moving because of the board? This uncertainty also erodes our trust. Without open, honest communications from this board, speculation takes over, rumors grow. People feel that void with the worst case possible scenario. And when that happens, the strong bonds that hold our organization together fray, weaken, and will ultimately break. If that's what you want to do, please continue on the path that you're on. Let's not underestimate the human cost. This constant tension takes a toll on the mental health and creates stress. It leads to burnout. It's what causes talented, committed professionals to disengage or leave the agency. Not because they stopped caring, because they can't emotionally take it anymore. We're tired. It's been more than 2.5 years of this. It's only been amplified in the last couple of months. When defining projects like the consolidation of our administrative operations into one building are paused or reversed without fully engaging the professional staff who have recommended them, the message we receive is unclear and unsettling. It forces us to ask, what's next? Do we now abandon safety as our #1 priority? Do we no longer use data to help form decisions and chart our course forward? Do we stop working with our local communities? I ask, what does this board stand for? I also say, what can you do next? It isn't a complicated process. First, you got to face the uncertainty head on, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about it. Ignoring it doesn't make it go away. It amplifies it. Naming it openly allows us to create a shared reality.
And in that reality, we can find unity. Don't hide behind ignorance or others' ideas. Provide justifications for the decisions you're making. Secondly, you must communicate consistently and transparently. Even if the answers aren't available yet, explain the rationale in your thought process. I do it to my staff all the time. I owe it to them. That's my responsibility as a leader. Saying we don't know, but we're working on it is a powerful, powerful communication. When you include people that work here and that put their efforts into it in that discussion, it builds trust, which is severely lacking. Third, and most importantly, truly listening to the people that work here, to the people that advise you as the directors. I feel honored to work with these people. I've worked with them for a lot of years. I don't always agree with them. Heaven knows you can take a poll in the room. I'm probably one of the most vocal internal critics of this organization. I let people know where I stand. That's my responsibility. That's what I'm supposed to do. But we discuss it. Nobody goes off, and I've never felt that my opinion was unvalued until now. Uncertainty will never fully disappear, but with clarity, compassion, and courage, we can rise above it. We can chart a course together forward. I believe wholeheartedly in the mission of this organization. I believe everyone at RCOC wants to serve the public by providing safe and convenient roads, responsible financial stewardship, environmental respect, sensitivity to our community concerns, responsive and dependable service. Please help us do what we're hired to do here. Help us restore clarity, confidence, and direction so that we can continue serving the roadway users of Oakland County, all of them, with the excellence they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Next we have Aaron Varelli and followed up by Matt Wilson.
Morning, my name is Aaron Verhelli. I'm the GIS supervisor. I've been with the road commission full-time since May of 2017. Previous to that, I was also a summer intern in 2015 and 2016. Being a summer intern gave allowed me to have a glimpse into how RCOC worked on a daily basis and made me want to work here as a full-time employee. Upon graduation, I was fortunate enough to have that opportunity, and I hired right in following my graduation. I would have never guessed the level of complexity there is to a road commission if I didn't work for one. Over the past 8 years, there's always been a very consistent day-to-day, month-to-month operations road commission. However, over the past few months, that has changed. I've never felt the need to attend or watch any of the board meetings unless I was requested to by my director due to an agenda item that pertained to my role at the road commission. Since RCOC's new board has been appointed, it seems they're more interested and how they can align the road commission with the political agenda that Oakland County general government is looking to achieve, instead of focusing on maintaining a smooth operation and oversight of the road commission as an independent agency. Up until the contract was signed and groundbreaking ceremony was held for the construction of the new building, I held back my internal hope that it would come to fruition. But once that began, I felt a huge feeling of optimism. And personally, I work with almost every department in the road commission, from environmental to engineering, sign shop, traffic operations, maintenance, permits, etc. Having departments in different buildings creates inefficiencies, even if the buildings are nearby. When there is already a plan to bring us all to the same building, it seems counterproductive to pursue a different option. I used to see myself working my entire career at the road commission, but as of recently, I started to question that. Everything I thought was true about the direction we were headed is in question now. Will we get a new building even? Will we be absorbed by the county? Where will that leave me if we get absorbed by the county? The county already has a GIS department with supervision. How much longer will we have to stay at Beverly Hills if the Board of Commissioners decide to proceed with a different option? Do I even want to work for an agency that could potentially throw millions of dollars out the window and have nothing to show for it? Does the Board of Commissioners even understand how RCOC functions on a daily basis? It just doesn't feel like you can do it on the commission. the sense of uncertainty that was ever here.
Morning, Matthew Wilson, I'm Deputy General Counsel. So when your name's Wilson, you kind of get used to being called on last, and my theme was going to be uncertainty as well. And so rather than retread some of the things I think we've covered pretty well today, I think what I had to add to the conversation is I've been here 18 years, and looking back to another period where there was uncertainty for employees at the Road Commission and for the agency, and that was during the financial crisis in 2008, 2009, and a lot of people were losing their jobs. There was a sense of apprehension about layoffs and things like that. And Dennis and Gary and the board at that time made the decision that the employees were the most valuable asset that the agency had, and they were going to do everything that they could to preserve those jobs and preserve the core of the agency. And that was communicated to the employees, and I think a sense of appreciation and confidence came from that. And we made it through that crisis period without anyone being laid off. And I think that same level of communication with the employees and the sense that we're all working together to get through a difficult period isn't the same as it was back then. And I think if we could have that, it would really help to boost morale. So that's what I have to add to the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
That was the last of the.
Oh, I'd like to speak.
Okay.
Good morning, board. First of all, I'm Mary Gillis, you know me, Director of Central Operations. First of all, I wanted to thank Commissioner Quarles for allowing us all to speak about the morale of the Road Commission in recent days. I want to tell you about my weekend. On Saturday afternoon, I found myself doubled over in pain, and I didn't know what was going on. So I rested. I didn't go out that night with my neighbor like I had planned to go to dinner. Sunday morning, I woke up and I was bleeding internally. Went to the emergency room and spent the next 3 days in the hospital getting tested and prodded. And all I could think about was, has the stress of this job sent me to this? Is this what I've become? It's eating me from the inside out. I'm very vocal about what I think. I don't have a problem standing up and saying the things that I think, right or wrong. But I work with all these people here, and I care about them, and I respect them. And there's been very few times in my career, 30 years here, that I have cried listening to the people I work with, because they're so upset and they're so unsure of what's going on. Please do the right thing. Restart this building. Get it together, because you're hurting this whole agency. You're hurting every motorist in Oakland County, because these people are professionals. All these people at the table are professionals. You know what we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. Anyone else wishing to speak?
Jolene?
Yep.
Morning, everybody. So my name is Jolene Yono. I work in the HR department here at the Road Commission. I've been with the Road Commission for over 6 years. Before I came here, I was laid off by an automotive supplier. So imagine my relief when joining a stable agency that I would soon consider to be my home. If you have not had the pleasure of meeting our employees, let me help you understand a little about who we are. The hardworking people of the Road Commission are true public servants. We do very seriously in public sector. Most public sector employees treat their job as just that, job or paycheck. They know that the company they work for is not theirs, so they don't treat it as such. This mindset is very different for a lot of wonderful individuals who work here. This is our Road Commission. Even though technically it's not, we certainly treat it like it is. Because the work we do here directly affects us, our families, our friends, and all those who are on the road to Oakland County.
With all the pride in the work we do here, imagine the disappointment and distraction that came from the Oakland County Takeover Committee in 2022. And now a moratorium on the new building that was underway. The concern is that the moratorium is just a symptom of a bigger problem that we anticipate will be imposed upon us soon. The feeling of doom that came from the potential takeover in 2022 slowly subsided with time until the moratorium was enacted. The significant decline in morale is not only because Oakland County is trying to impose their hand-me-down executive building upon us, but also because we are left in the dark, not knowing what is going on and waiting for the other shoe to drop, like it's only a matter of time until Oakland County commissioners are pressured into the decision to take us over. Employees of the Road Commission never felt the need to be in attendance for Road Commission board meetings or Oakland County board meetings. We now currently feel as though our livelihood could be affected at any time by this board or the county board convened. We are all on edge and have an elevated sense of distrust. If that's the intention, you've succeeded. But as a dedicated employee of the Road Commission, I hope and pray that this is not your intention. And I ask that you take this feedback to heart and support us and the citizens of Oakland County by making decisions that are not influenced by the leadership in Oakland County. We do good work here, and let us continue to be the good public servants that we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Jolene. Anybody else, wishing to speak?
Is everybody here?
What about the video? Anybody want to speak on, the video?
You can raise your hand, we'll be able to see that and then unmute you. Oh, there's a hand. Eric, are you able to Yep, thank you.
She has to unmute herself. She has to unmute herself.
It's disabled.
She might not have the equipment.
Renee, if you want to put your comment in the chat and I can go ahead and read it for you.
She can also email us something that we can get some more too.
Right. Eric, do you have any other options to unmute? Okay. He's asking, should she go speak? Renee, if you want to come down, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah, she's just upstairs,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you.
She's upstairs, finance.
Okay. Thank you, Stacy.
So you can acknowledge receipt of these. We also received, 18 letters, the employees of the Road Commission that we're gonna review and discuss. But we thank everybody for being honest with your opinions. We want to fix the morale here and move forward. Any directors want to speak or department heads?
I can also confirm that the letters, written comments that we did receive are anonymous. There are no names to those, just to confirm for everybody.
Correct.
Peace of mind. Yes, come on up, Renee.
What's your last name, Renee?
Started here, I believe it was in 2020. Shortly, it was a few months, I don't know, like summertime. I was walking into the building, tripped, fell on my face. My two front teeth went to my upper lip. My arm was in a lot of pain. I was asked if I wanted to drive myself to the hospital. I said no. I asked for an ambulance. And to this day, I pull up into that parking lot and it's still a mess with cracks everywhere, water pooling. We're the road commission and I can't even get a safe parking lot to walk through. It's embarrassing to me, and I felt like I didn't get enough, like I felt like I was pressured to come back to work, even though I was still dealing with some pain. Also, I recently had COVID, which I've had a couple times. It was going around the office here. And I didn't have any time to use. When I came back, they put it to unauthorized. I have no control over my health. And if I'm getting something from other employees in the building, I can see where it would be maybe an unpaid excused absence, and I'm required to go to Concentra. I went to Concentra, the doctor there took one look at me and said, no, you're not ready to go back to work. I had to take another 3 days off. We're not paid for our time to go to Concentra when we're required to go there. I try and walk this basement. It's been flooded so many times. There's cracks. The floors are cracking. I'm constantly having to hear on a daily basis, pretty much, people working on the building, like putting a Band-Aid on something that's just falling apart. I hear there was a period where the alarm kept going off on a daily basis. People working above my desk without even saying anything, moving ceiling tiles and having what God knows what falling down on my head, on my computer. There could be asbestos. I don't know what's in there, animal feces. I mean, this is all unacceptable to me. I shouldn't have to be in this kind of work environment. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Renee, anybody else like to speak? Department heads, supervisors?
I just have a quick question. I have some supervisors that ask me questions. I don't know if they submitted anything. And I guess the question would be, would you want me to tell you now what they've asked me, or would you want me to have them submit? Would you accept more going forward?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm happy to take anything and provide to you if that's addressed.
We want everybody to be transparent, everybody have a say.
Okay.
We need to know what's going on internally.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure, and like I said, I think you want to hear more from the employees, not hearsay what the employee has, so I'll have them submit their comments if they have it.
Happy to take them.
Anybody else would like to come speak?
I thought our letters were gonna be read out loud, so.
Your name, please?
Michelle.
Case?
Yes. So I've been working here since 2021. And when I first started working here, I, like other Oakland County residents, just assumed that the road commission was part of Oakland County. But then when I started working here, you know, it's a separate entity. So, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the autonomy of the road commission. So when they were started the talk of the new building, there was some apprehension about moving. Some people didn't want to move, but mostly there was excited chatter. So this last holiday, we're putting up our decorations. We were talking about how like this was going to be our last time putting up our decorations here. And then 4 months ago, the chatter stopped. Nerves took over. The construction of the new building was halted by a 2-to-1 vote at the request of David Woodward, an Oakland County commissioner who represents portions of Birmingham, Royal Oak, and Troy, and the chair of a special committee looking to have Oakland County taken over, to take over the road commission. I'm confused how someone who doesn't work for the road commission, for Oakland County, someone who is not the commissioner of Beverly Hills or Waterford, and someone who is leading a committee that is basically trying to find that the RCOC cannot handle their responsibility without the county overseeing it, seems to have influence over the RCOC commissioners when it's supposed to be a separate entity from Oakland County. The board is supposed to look out for the best interest of the road commission for Oakland County, not Oakland County. So my morale has gone way down the past 4 months. I feel like the commissioners are not acting in the best interest of the employees of the road commission. I feel like there's so much outside influence on the decisions of the board members that I'm questioning everything. At the last meeting, the behavior from Mr. Shockey toward our managing director was shocking. The questioning was downright confrontational. With all due respect, I trust the decisions of our general counsel, the director, and our managing director more than the people who I feel are being unduly influenced by David Woodward and his special committee. We are talking about employees who have dedicated years, and in some cases, decades to the road commission. If they are being questioned in such a way, how do you think that affects the employees who are who are watching and hearing this? Do any of the employees matter here? Do the commissioners not trust our general counsel, the directors, our managing director? Should we? I know that David Woodward and his special committee are going to continue their crusade against the road commission, whatever it may be, to end the construction of the new building or to try to take us over. It would be reassuring to know that the commissioners are acting in the best interest of the RCOC, not Oakland County.
Thank you, Michelle. Anyone else wishing to speak?
Okay, I want to talk about with public speaking, and I have a three-pager here, so I won't read all of it. But one of the questions asked was, how would you describe the morale at work? And I answered, there seems to be a cloud hanging over the RCOC, as this decision on whether to take over our independent agency has been pending since 2022. It seems that a decision could have been made based on the presentations by each department as requested. But I believe the RCOC managers did show the commissioners that a takeover was not warranted. I believe that at that point, Woodward and those who wish to take over the RCOC decided to go another route. They quietly convinced commissioners, many who still have no idea of the repercussions of voting out Andrea Lalonde to vote for Mr. Ishaki. Andrea Lalonde, a trusted commissioner who understood the needs of the RCOC and its employees and the ins and outs of county road law, was replaced by someone who has no idea what he is doing, in my opinion, and does not care about RCOC or its employees. His loyalty is elsewhere. How has morale impacted your productivity or focus at work? I still do my job well, but I constantly keep in mind that this attempted takeover is dishonest, full of backroom deals, and secret discussions, in my opinion, from what I see. And in my opinion, the commissioners do not care about RCOC or its employees, and either have no idea or do not care how their behavior is affecting us. All they care about, it seems, is talking about money and taking money that's not theirs and taking over an agency because outside sources tell them to. And has morale improved or declined in the last one? Definitely declined. Voting out Lalonde for Ishaki was shocking to a lot of us. The commissioners were obviously misinformed and did not understand the importance of stability, or they did not care. Let's see, I don't want to go through all this, even though it would be nice, but you guys have my copy. But the questions that I would like to ask is, why do you think the RCOC employees do not deserve a new building after setting aside funds for this building for decades? Why do you think RCOC should use its funding to upgrade a building that other agencies deserted because the building was no longer efficient and was not worth upgrading? Why do we deserve this type of building? Why do you think RCOC should not have a building that has the latest wiring, and governmental codes and standards as of 2025? Why should RCOC instead take over a building with outdated amenities? Why are you loyal to individuals outside RCOC and are unwilling to honestly work with the RCOC managers? Why are you pretending to misunderstand and ignore the long-term cost effectiveness and permanency provided with a new building? you could not even provide an alternate location when asked that is just as cost effective, even after placing the contract on hold and wasting tens of thousands of dollars. I believe you are being controlled, because if it were truly your idea to cease the contract as a developer, you would have had replacement buildings in mind to discuss, and it's to discuss as money is being lost every day and while the contract is on hold. What is the true reason for stopping the build? Why would you attempt to rescind a vote by a previous board, including groundbreaking ceremony, without truly a good reason? None has been provided, only at the last meeting, long-winded, impolite rant, criticism, unnecessary criticism, followed by explanations with no substance. And what changes would I like to see? I would like to see the commissioners to actually learn about the RCOC and know and understand county road law as a qualification to become a commissioner. The commissioner should be elected by RCOC board members, in my opinion, to prevent these types of dealings from happening. I would like to see Andrea Lalonde be reinstated and Ishaki be removed from the board due to his reliance on outside sources and disloyalty to the RCOC, which is affecting his decision-making. I believe that Mr. Ishaki and Mr. McPherson are being controlled, my opinion. This outside control results in irrational actions and a combativeness and disloyalty to RCOC, especially at the last meeting. The RCOC commissioners, Ishaki, as RCOC commissioners, Ishaki and McPherson, their loyalty should be to the RCOC and its employees, not controlled by outside individuals. RCOC deserves better. The commissioners who voted out Lalonde should explain their reasons for it, because voting out a commissioner full of knowledge and as a favor for one who has no idea what he is doing should not be allowed. These commissioners have no loyalty to or concern for RCOC and its employees. His decision to place a multi-million-dollar contract on hold without even reading the terms and conditions of the contract is disruptive and costly, and I believe it shows the length he will go in order to abide by the wishes of outside sources to which he is, for some reason, obligated. Sorry, I hate public speaking, so I hope I got this out correctly. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgette. Anyone else wishing to speak?
Do you be answering these questions?
We're going to review what we have submitted, and we'll get back with everybody and tell you what we come up with. But the main thing is to hear what's going on with the morale, and we're going to work on fixing it, and that's our main objective. So, anybody else wishing to speak? Nancy?
Here, where?
We're on morale still. Okay. Anybody else wish to speak on the morale? Is the morale? Okay, we'll close that. New business.
I have none.
Any new business, Jim? Nancy?
Yeah, let me begin by saying I really appreciate the staff, employees, and a couple of retirees that came in to speak. For myself, I also would like to apologize to the employees who feel that there's so much uncertainty that is causing you challenges in your health, your work, your livelihood. I truly apologize for that. And as well to the directors and the managing directors. It's how it felt for me, knowing when you have a position that you don't know which direction it's going to go in. I truly apologize for that, and I'm speaking for myself. The next step, what I plan to do, and I'm speaking for myself, is I took very copious notes. I do have the emails that were sent in, as well as I know a couple people who sent it in also spoke. I will certainly, within the next 2 weeks, because some other obligations, I can't do it as quickly as I like to, and I want to do it thoroughly. I will certainly give my recommendation to Chair on what I believe this road commission board need to do. And of course, it will be open, transparent, and I will be more than willing to answer any questions about how I came to conclusion or came to this recommendation after listening and reading. Many of you know I'm a past elected official, both at the state level and at the county. Something I saw, or maybe it was said here today, is how decisions are made. My decision process has been the same throughout my career. That has been, first, what's right for the entity that I represent. Secondly, if there's the funding to support it. And then thirdly, how and best way to implement it. And I've worked up those principles from my first elected position to holding this commission and other boards that I sit on. So as I read, as I recap what was said here today, it will be following that same formula. And I can explain anything, any decision I make. You may not agree with it, but I can certainly explain it to you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Jim, anything you want to say? Or? Since I've been a commissioner, I stopped by a few facilities. I stopped out at one in Madison Heights, or Troy Stevenson Highway. Introduced myself, walked through a walkthrough, talked to the guys out there. I went out to the one in Orion Township, or Lake Orion, I should say. And I do plan on going to each individual district. And I've been on the one at the at Waterford, looking at the condition of the buildings, just seeing who does what they do. And also, when I see road people working on the road, I stop and introduce myself and talk to them. I probably talked to 15 different people, from the signs to the road workers to the operators, hearing how they feel, how people run. So I'm learning and reaching out to the employees. So if I have to reach out to the other states, I will be making my rounds. And if you guys want to invite me to come out one day, I'll be more than happy to come out there and visit you, hear your concerns individually. And I look forward to seeing your department with engineering. And I look forward to seeing what you actually do.
Now we'll come to visit.
Yeah, and I love to see the inner operations, to see how it happens. I do ask a lot of questions. I'm not the expert in this. I've been on this job about 2 years, but we do want to make this a good place to come, work, and be the best that we are. And we have another set of eyes, so we're just postponing this project. We ain't made a decision yet. There may be other options. And we do want to have more communication from the Board of Commissioners, Oakland County, and the Road Commission. But everybody keeps saying they're separate, but we can still communicate. Why? Why? For the whole infrastructure of Oakland County.
Oh, we're separate, we don't need to communicate with you.
No, so they don't need to what's going on.
It's our building, it's our property, it's our money, let us do what we want to do with it. It's our business.
I'm getting out up here about we'll talk to you. You can go back to the same thing about communication. Well, listen, we're separate here. We don't want nothing to do with you guys' business. Everybody does what they want. That's what our business. It's our property, it's our money. Let's put our building and go about yourself.
Leave us alone, man. That's all we want. Just leave us alone, let us do what we're gonna do. 112 years this place has been going on. There's never been no problem here until just recently. And now somebody got all this chaos and people are upset and everything else, all because of one individual. That's the sad thing. One individual that's controlling some other individuals like puppets.
Walter, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, if we all communicate and we come up with a better plan.
Leave the plan we had. That's the plan. We don't need a better plan. We got a plan. It's called a new building, it's gonna go in the Waterford Drive. That's the plan.
If we come
You
up,
guys wanna do your own thing, because you're a developer, I'm sure you wanna probably sell property. That's probably what it's all about. If somebody else wants, we don't want a piece of shit. We want a new one. You understand? We want something that we saved up for years. We don't want your hand-me-down crap. So just let the building go on, and then guess what? Everybody be happy. We don't have this problem. But you guys sit there, and this guy, every week, we gotta communicate. No, we don't have to communicate. We are two different people. You have your thing, we have our thing. Let us run our business like we have for the last 112 years. You got this new guy in there, Woodward, Chuck Schumer Jr. over there. Let's just leave us alone. Let us be. That's all we're asking from you guys. Let us be. This is the first board I've ever seen in my 35 years. It caused this much chaos for the road commission. We've never had this. You guys understand that? And that's just my 35 years. That's not counting Dennis's 40 years and everybody else's years. This is totally ridiculous, man. You should be embarrassed of yourself. Seriously, you should. That's why I said, go and look in the mirror and think about what you're doing. You're letting somebody else control your mind instead of making your own decisions. This thing was already approved by these two people right here. Was not. Yes, it was. And then we have a guy comes in who has no business coming here speaking and said, I think we should postpone it, and you guys just change your vote. I'm sorry, you didn't say your vote. You said no. You changed. So what's the vote? Just go back to law. Start voting. You guys have 95 people watching this law. You don't have all these people down here. That's all we want.
and you feel that'll fix the morale of the road commission?
I guarantee you fix a whole lot of morale in the road commission.
Just to clarify, we have sewage overflowing in our offices. Yesterday, we turned the air, you couldn't breathe because of the stench.
I mean, you said it yourself, this building's ready to fall down. You said in the last meeting, did you not?
I didn't say that, but I
You
said
said
so many words.
Yes. When you insulted Mary about what she was doing and how this building had been taken care of, you didn't know there was new work was put on, and this was done, and that was done. Like this young lady back here said, you have no idea what you're doing here, chief.
We
You
had
have no idea.
we had another young lady speak, talking about just the parking lot.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Let's get on it.
My
Let's
concern,
give her a brand new parking lot, a new
concern
building.
is, why aren't these buildings being kept up?
Because we were under the assumption and belief that we were going to a new building. Why would we invest money? We do budget for capital projects, but our crews, our facilities crews, which it was insulting what you said about them. They work hard and they put money into these buildings, but it was under the belief that we were going to a new building. Why would we dump tons of money into these two buildings and why? If we knew and believed we had scheduled and planned accordingly to go into a new building. What you said to Dennis and to Mary was insulting, and about our facilities crews that work hard. Yes, we know where we work. We've been here. You just got here.
We're under new business, and I had the floor.
Your transparency. You wanted a discussion.
Yes, we appreciate the input from the employees. Also, I have a workers' memorial that was presented by the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Could you please read that for the, what it says from the Oakland County Board?
Proclamation honoring Workers' Memorial Day, whereas the myriad contributions of workers across the county, state, and nation are worthy of gratitude, but those who make the ultimate sacrifice with their lives while on the job are deserving of our most heartfelt respect. And whereas the Occupational Safety and Health Act, promising every worker the right to a safe job, went into effect 54 years ago this month. Even with existing workplace safety guidelines currently in place, it is estimated that 147 people per year have died over the last decade in Michigan. And the 2024 National Census of Fatal Occupational Injuries found a worker died every 99 minutes from a worker-related injury nationwide. Further, the number of preventable workplace deaths has increased 5%, according to the National Safety Council. And whereas recognition of Michigan's workforce and its achievements and the economic growth of our state is necessary, particularly when it is accompanied by the awareness of the very personal cost associated with that growth. While we celebrate the accomplishments of the workforce, it is imperative that we also remember those who have died in workplace catastrophes,
suffered occupational-related diseases or have been injured due to dangerous conditions. And whereas part of this, observance, we renew our efforts to seek stronger workplace safety and health protections, better standards and enforcements, and fair and just compensation, and rededicate ourselves to improving safety and health in every workplace. And whereas on this very important occasion and the upcoming observance of Workers' Memorial Day, we join with the bodies such as the Road Commission for Oakland County, whose workers are inherently at increased risk for injury due to the roadside working environment, to honor friends, family members, and colleagues who have been killed or injured on the job. Now therefore, David T. Woodward, Chair of Oakland County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner William Miller, and the entire Oakland County Board of Commissioners do hereby declare April 28th, 2025 as Workers' Memorial Day in Oakland County.
Thank you, Shannon. Any other, new business? Move to adjourn. Can you put this up in the lobby?
Okay.